we will present you where we are in the relation with Malaysia. That it's very often not well known, and it's quite deep in many scenes. So I think that this would give us also an opportunity to present you information from the activities that we realize. We do a lot of cultural events. We have exhibitions here in the embassy. We have different presentations. For example, in Matic, we just had last week, 2 weeks ago, a group of Yucatan, dancers from Yucatan, and it was very nice. And we will give you a calendar of our coming celebrations, so that you might be able to accompany us. Our interest is really that what we do is known by the people of Malaysia. We are making effort to bring Mexico to you. Your ambassador in Mexico is also doing a very good work, and we are very happy for that. He is bringing Malaysia to Mexico, and we see a lot of opportunities to continue this region. You have this one, number one. Some information regarding the kind of civilizations that were originally in Mexico. We are also presenting where is Mexico. As you know, it's both North America and South America. Why? Because geographically we are in North America, but culturally and from language we are with South America. We're Latin countries. Then we are the biggest Spanish-speaking country in the world. We had 131 million people. And something that is very similar to Malaysia, we are a mega diverse country, and therefore we have a special responsibility for maintaining species that are so important for the ecosystems and for the environment in the whole world. And there are a lot of areas of collaboration there between our countries. And as you will see a little bit later, we have 36 World Heritage Sites of UNESCO in Mexico. And this is very important because there is also a lot of space for collaboration between Malaysia and Mexico in this, with our experience presenting these sites. Why? Because as you know, for example, in the case of Penang or in the case of Malacca, when they put these places and they achieve this nomination of UNESCO sites, heritage sites, it creates a global attention to these places. So it's very interesting to go. Usually tourists, when they visit a country, they want to learn more about these places. So there's this area of opportunity. In the second page that we presented to you, you can see some similarities between Malaysia and Mexico. As you know, well, both of us, we are a multicultural society. And this is very evident in your case, and also when you travel in Mexico, it's also very evident. But since Mexico is very big, it's like I think 5 or 6 times the size of Malaysia. Then you can imagine, and we are 131 million people. And there are indigenous people that they have still very much alive their languages, and they speak it currently. So it is something where we have also a responsibility to take care of all this cultural background. In the next page, you'll have some information in this page. Some important information about Mexico. On the left side, you see we are 131 million people. We are with an area of almost 2 million square kilometers. Our economy, we are the 12th economy in the world, and our GDP is almost $1.8 trillion. Our trade, as you can see, it's very considerable. We have both from imports and exports more than $1.2 trillion, and this makes us one of the highest trading countries in the world. We are the 9th largest recipient of the foreign direct investment, and we have something very important: free trade agreement networks. These are very important nowadays that we are suffering a special situation where the US has been imposing tariffs in many countries. So all the other free trade agreements are becoming much more relevant in order to ensure that our possibility to continue our trading with other countries. And as we have one very important for us, and that is also creating, it's a challenge in the USMCA with Canada, United States, and Mexico. And we have been striving to try to honor this the agreement in order to avoid the tariffs. And well, you can imagine our relation with our neighbor from the north. It's quite complex. It's not only what other countries have, that's only the issue of tariffs. We have a border line of more than 3,000 kilometers, so it's much more. We have many issues of migration, many issues related with resources that we share, with the environment, many issues related also with crime, in both sense, because usually the focus is only on the issue of drugs. But there's another part that is absolutely linked to this, that are arms. Usually you have arms coming from the north and drugs going arms coming from the north and drugs coming from the south. But this equation is absolutely interlinked. There might not be a response, a solution to it, if there's not collaboration to attend both of them. The might of the cartels is very much done because of the might of the arms that they get, and the might also of the money and the money laundering that is happening in both sides of the border. So as you see, well, we are in a very complex situation, but still having a very positive approach. I don't know if you are aware, Mexico has since October last year the first lady president in our history. For more than 200 years of independence, it's the first woman that is sitting in the highest post. And this also shows development in our society and our commitment for having an equal society with equal opportunities for women and for men. And therefore this is also very interesting, as you have seen the handling of the relationship with our neighbors from the side of the president. I think that it has been very interesting how she has managed to try to make it very cool, very temperated, and not to react immediately, and try to look for better alternatives. We are working with the US in a lot of things. We are going to receive the visit of Marco Rubio, perhaps to sign an agreement on security and safety, and we hope that this will enhance our relation and will take care also of a lot of the issues that were the cause for some of the tariffs to Mexico. Well, coming back to this graphic, you can see that Mexico is leader in some sectors, and we share in some of these also the sectors where Malaysia is also a leader. We are a leader in automotive, in medical devices, in agribusiness, and with electronics. In the next one, you might not be aware, and this is something very important. The trade relationship between Mexico and Malaysia is quite considerable. Only in the last 3 years, we have traded more than 40 billion US dollars. And if you consider it, it's really very, very, very relevant. Considering that almost for each billion US dollar of trade, usually that means like 5,000 working places in the one country. And the interesting thing for Malaysia is that most of these exports are coming from Malaysia to Mexico. With the trading from Mexico to Malaysia, it's quite little. So this means that the relationship, the economic relationship between our two countries is very important for the working force in Malaysia that are responsible for those exports to Mexico. So we have here the tables. In 2022 it was 14.89 billion, 2023 12.42, and 2024 13.88 billion. And you have there the graphics of how are the exports, what Mexico exports to Malaysia and what Malaysia exports to Mexico. We have been working in the last years. Well, actually yes, although in my case it's only 1 year and 2 or 3 months that I'm here, but my colleagues and my predecessors have been working to enhance the economic relationship with Malaysia. We were able to sign with the COMSE. This is a Council of Mexican Entrepreneurs, and the Malaysian National Chamber of Trade and Industry, also an MOU to foster this relationship. We have also we are in the way to sign also another MOU with the FMM for continuing this possibility of creating more linkages between our economic structures. We are looking as well as you to strengthen our capacities, and here is where we see also a lot of opportunities for the relationship between our two countries. We are having the possibility of strengthening our SMEs, and we are looking forward to do that together with you. We are also looking forward to expand our relationship from a scientific and technical cooperation, and also capacity building. We have sent some scholarship opportunities to different universities here in Malaysia, and we are looking forward also of making a lot of relationship between universities of Malaysia and universities in Mexico. And we are very happy that this is coming quite nicely, and we hope that this will continue. As I told you, we are trying to promote very often with different kinds of cultural events the culture of Mexico, and to be able to bring this to the people of Malaysia. And here is where we think that you can play a very important role. In the last, we also refer to areas of opportunities where Malaysia and Mexico can do a lot of business. And one is semiconductor, automotive, electrical and electronic components, aerospace, greener energy, digital economy, and e-commerce. We had recently a visit of MDEC to Mexico, and we are hoping to have very soon also a meeting with the Minister of Digital in order to look for opportunities of collaboration in this area. And as you see in the first part of that page, the Plan Mexico. The Plan Mexico is a very important tool, a strategy that Mexico has launched in order to try to move on our country. You have there a handout. I won't go very deeply into it because it's quite a big one. But you'll see there a lot of the strategies that Mexico is following in order to try to move forward the economy and the development of our country. You will see that there are a lot of similarities in what Malaysia is doing and what we're doing. Once again, even though we are in the antipodes in the world, there's a lot of possibilities of a cooperation between our countries. And here is where we also want to give you this information, because if by any chance you find any area where you think that there is an opportunity to build up this cooperation between our countries, we will be very much delighted to pursue it. And this is where you can help us, and we are very, very much open to hear your suggestion. But you see that there's a long-term plan for regional development of the country, promote relocation, increase national and regional content. Does these words sound familiar? Well, what we are doing, no? Also, we launched the program Made in Mexico. This is precisely to give word to what is being produced, in this case in Malaysia. Increase the higher value local supply chains, promote development and well-being hubs based on regional specialization, expand access to secondary and higher education, and link to the development plan, strengthen scientific, technological, and innovation development, and we have also promote continental integration. This is also very relevant to what you are doing with ASEAN, and you have the leadership now. There, I want to highlight also something very interesting from Mexico in Latin America. We have also an association that's called the Pacific Alliance. This is a group composed from Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Mexico. And this has been a soft integration process that has been very successful because precisely that it's a soft, it has not been based in very strong hard roots. And this has enabled us really to create almost a free trade area, also a possibility of movement of people, movement of capitals, and trying to make joint projects. And this is going quite well in the American. And it's very relevant because we are all precisely Pacific, no? Yes. And this is the other. Actually, we're neighbors. We have only a little ocean in between, but this is something that allow us to communicate very easily with you. Well, here you can go through, if you want, the different aspects of this important plan. I think that there are really a lot of areas that are very similar to what's happening in Malaysia, and we are also trying to build up through these opportunities in our contacts with the Malaysian authorities and with the Malaysian partners. So this is for Plan Mexico. Then I want to give you also a small introduction to what I already announced of Mexico World Heritage Sites. That we have 36 World Heritage Sites that are within the tangible World Heritage. And this, you have a list there of the 36 tangible sites, and she will show a little bit of the sites that we have. We have different sites that go from, for example, the agave industry. From that comes the tequila, that is very popular, very important. We have, as you know, we had a lot of civilizations in Mexico before the Spanish came. Then we have, therefore we have a lot of archaeological sites from that period, those periods, from the different cultures, and they're spread all through Mexico. In this place you can see many of them. And we have also a lot of colonial cities that were built mainly during the presence of the Spaniards, and are beautiful places as well. No? And we have modern Mexico, where you have architecture also that goes almost to the 21st, the 3rd century, very, very developed. But it's what we want to point out here. We are a country that has been making huge effort in order to bring this to the knowledge of people abroad, to the knowledge of the Mexicans inside Mexico, and to give the value that they deserve. Why? Because when you go and make one of these, inscribe one of these places in the UNESCO list, you take a lot of responsibilities in order to keep and maintain these places, the different aspects related to the culture and to the preservation of them. So this enables also to protect very different areas, and some of these areas are also reserves. For example, we have some for whales. We have Siangkan in the south. I don't know if you have ever heard of a city called Cancun. That's beautiful. If you continue the line to the right in the peninsula, you will reach Tulum. Tulum is also a fantastic archaeological site, and there, just at the side, is the Biosphere Reserve of Siangkan, and Siangkan is a marvel because you have the confluence of the river and the sea, and you have within some kind of lagoon cenotes. Cenotes are these natural formations that actually occurred because, as you know, in Yucatan Peninsula, it was a place where the big meteorite that destroyed all the dinosaurs fall. So it is a lot of calc in that peninsula, and it's very porous. So there are many places where you have big holes that they usually can measure 200 meters, 200 or more, and some of them are also within the water, and they're interconnected. It has been very interesting because they have found the skeletons of manatees. That's a special fauna. It's like a small whale that lives only in this part of the world, and these have been able to swim almost 500 kilometers inside the peninsula. So you can imagine how interlinked is this world below the surface, no? And therefore this place is full with birds, with natural beauties, different monkeys, and I would say I had the privilege to go not this weekend, the weekend before, to Sandakan, and I can say it's amazing. It's really, you have such a beauty place with so many animals, so wonderful mangroves, river, and it's really an incredible experience. And this is the things that we share. We have them, and this is also one of the areas where we are exploring this possibility of cooperation for natural preservation and for maintaining not only the mangroves, also for forensic work related to animals and to species, to try to control also the black market of species. So really, there's a huge opportunity there. Besides the tangible, we have also the intangible, and these are our intangible inscriptions. These intangible go from music, boleros. I don't know if you have ever heard the boleros. They're amazing music, very extremely romantic. That's whenever you want to make you play this, and if you hire a trio and they start playing this in a table near the beach with a candle and a
sunset,
very nice food, it's something amazing. So this is, for example, one of them. Another that you might have heard are the mariachis. The mariachis are also very famous because they make a lot of noise, but also they put the spirit high. And one that I want also to highlight is the traditional Mexican cuisine. I don't know if you are aware, but the Mexican cuisine was the first to be included in the list of intangible heritage. And why? Because it's very interesting. It's not only the materials, the ingredients that we use, but how we do it. For example, I will tell you something about corn. I don't know if you are aware of a word very crazy that's called nixtamalization. Have you ever heard about that? No? Well, that word is extremely important because I'll give you an example. Corn came from Mexico and went to different parts of the world. It was brought by the Europeans to, for example, Africa, to Asia, to different parts. And they took the corn, but they didn't take the culture of the corn. And one of the parts of the culture of the corn was nixtamalization. And nixtamalization sounds crazy, the name, but it's a very interesting process. They cook the grain with a little bit of caulk. And this is extremely important because it has a couple effects. First, it takes away, wipes almost 95 to 97% of the aflatoxins. And this is extremely important because people get very sick because of aflatoxins. I was formerly ambassador in Kenya, and we made a project to show them the process of nixtamalization, because almost 60% or 70% of the maize that they were consuming was affected with the aflatoxins. So it's very, very easy and very cheap to do this. So it wipes the aflatoxins. It also increases, because of the caulk, the calcium for the teeth and the bones. But also it has an effect on, I think, one of the vitamin B that allows that whatever you eat, you are able to assimilate it much better. So it's really a fantastic process, very easy process, a traditional process, but they were not doing it, for example, in this case in Kenya or Tanzania or Malawi, and they had this problem of aflatoxins. But anyway, also an example is we have more than 600 ways to eat tortillas, or to eat, not tortillas, to eat corn. It's more than 600 ways. You can imagine how, in the case of Kenya, they only had less than 10, no? So the gamut. So there's a huge possibility for also cooperation in what you like so much, makan. And the last thing that I want to raise about this, you might also have heard about Día de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. This is also a very, very important celebration. And in Mexico, actually now, for the last 10 years more or less, actually due to an influence of a film from James Bond, actually a tradition that was already there. Actually, it culminated. It was like the catalysator in order to have a huge parade. More than 1-2 million people parade through Mexico city. It's impressive. All dressed with as Catrinas and these painters, no? Of skulls, and it's something amazing. Really, now there's tourism only to go to see that, because there are huge cars with huge structures, and it's something really so colorful and so nice. And they also produce very nice food for that. Actually, there you can see our colleague is responsible for this meeting, and we thank you a lot, Diana, for calling it. she makes pan de muerto, and this is something very nice.
Bread.
So,
Next time we have to organize.
well, then now we come to the fourth, the calendar of cultural events. Here we would like to share some of the coming events that we will have. The first one, we are not celebrating our National Day. We don't have a National Day celebration, but we have a celebration with the national community that's called the celebration of El Grito, and this is a traditional party in Mexico, and we are going to do it in Matic, and we are going to invite besides the Mexican community, some friends from the embassy, and we would like also to share it with you. We will have the nice program. We will have a charro. It's who is going to sing. He's like a mariachi. Who is going to be singing, and we'll have also our colleagues once again Diana, that forms part of a group called Las Flores, that they have traditional Mexican dances. And we are going to have also a Malaysian that's going
Malaysian dances?
But a Malaysian dancing Mexican dances. And well, we hope that you can accompany us. We will have also some makan. that would be also part of the program. Then, in October 6, we have the opening of the Latin American Film Festival. It was going to be in Sunway University. We will open with a Mexican film that's called Como Agua para Chocolate, like water for chocolate. That was a very, very famous film from Mexico. And once again, we are very much inspired in Makan. No, because it's it's centered in the cuisine. Then in October, most probably the last week of October, we are having the visit of a tequila connoisseur. There are only 9 tequila connoisseurs in the world, and one of them is coming, and we'll have some master classes from her, and we'll also like to share this information with you when we have the precise dates. Then we have the opening of the Latin American Festival in Penang. That's going to be in October. Then we will have the celebration of the Day of the Dead in Chica Bonita. You might know this restaurant that has precisely, this is the kind of images that you see in this parade in Mexico. But just imagine millions of people going like, well, not me, sorry, millions of visitors, but thousands of people dressed like that, and it's something incredible. And then we will have also very important, I think that this, you know it, the gastronomy Latin American Festival in the Plaza Loyat. It will be on November 9th, and well, there we have a lot of food, a lot of booze, sorry, and a lot of fun, a lot of dance. So we hope that you can accompany us in this. And to this, we are also adding some events that we schedule in less time, but where we see opportunities. So if you allow us, we would like to communicate this to you. So if you want to accompany us, you will be very, very welcome. And to finish up this presentation, for my part, I would like only to make some tourism information. We have the last government, the last administration made a lot of effort to make this so-called Tren Maya. And the Tren Maya is a very important infrastructure project, well, now it's reality, that goes all through the peninsula of Yucatan. And it unites different sites, archaeological sites and colonial cities, and also very nice beaches like Cancun or Tulum, and it's something that it's really very worthwhile. This is the symbol of that Tren Maya.
The Imagine.
As you see here is the photo of it's leopardo.
Yeah. Very thoughtful.
Well, the trip to objective to try to bring, as I told you, Mexico more to the Malaysians. It's our interest that you know that even though we are so far apart, there are so many things that will link us. You saw from an objective economic perspective, it's very important, very considerable. So this is something that it's really worthwhile to expand. And I think that from all the issues of culture, of perspective for the future, for our development, that we have a lot in common, and we would like to share it. So please, if you can help us to achieve that, we would be very thankful, and we would like to greet you once again to have some food. The last thing is maracuya mousse. Hopefully you like it. So thank you very much, and cheers. So let's see how you do it. Good? No?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.